prepared to defend yourself. I have no idea. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. The Archmage needs to be informed immediately. He needs to see this for himself. I don't dare leave this unattended. Can you return to the college and inform Savos Aran of this discovery? Please, hurry. This is simply fascinating. Take care now. Be prepared to defend yourself. What could this place be? Let him know that we've unearthed something, well, I'm not sure. Something unique, let's say. It's clearly magical in nature, but like nothing I've ever seen before. He should be most interested. Oh, I think I'll be fine. We seem to have eliminated the most pressing threat. It certainly seems that whoever placed this here intended for it to be well guarded. I wonder why. Until next time. Be prepared to defend yourself. So you wish to master the arcane arts? Until next time. So you wish to master the arcane arts? All right then. Chanting services.
If you require assistance with summoning techniques, please let me know. If you would, please also contain your summons to the college grounds. The locals do not need to be agitated further by Atronachs roaming their town. The summoning of undead is even less advisable outside the college. Not within society, no. Many who practice within the School of Conjuration do so on their own, secretly. Phalion is the only one I know who is public about what he does. He was once my teacher here, but left the college years ago. He didn't like the Archmage, hated dealing with him, hated having to answer to him. Phalion said he hated what this place was becoming, so he just left. Arin found a note on his desk, and that was it. I understand he settled down in Hjalmarch, and his presence there caused something of a problem. I sure know. Those archaic policies died out with the Mages Guild, and were never enforced here. Necromancy, as any other type of magic, is a tool to be used. Of course, non-mages may not see it that way, so we don't go around flaunting it. Ah, that, yes. The group prior to yours has disappeared entirely. It's possible that there was less than the necessary amount of oversight. That's still being looked into. But we've had no contact with them for quite some time now. Arniel wondered if perhaps they'd somehow managed to get themselves lost in the Outer Realms. But I think that's giving them too much credit. I hadn't really considered it in terms of time. I suppose it's been at least a month. Let me think. What were they working on? As I recall, Ysra was trying to improve flame cloak spells to better work in Skyrim's harsh environment. Elos Tai was practicing illusion spells. She was having trouble with the con spells, I believe, but only ever worked with skeevers. And then there's Borvir and Rundi, twins, though they rarely agreed on anything. Those two boys were obsessed with mead, convinced they could concoct something to compete with Honningbrew. Something about using frost magic to chill the mead for a certain period of time. I felt it was a waste, but the Archmage let them proceed. Ah, that, yes. The group prior to yours has disappeared entirely. There are few places where one can pursue my type of work. So you wish to master the arcane arts? Until next time. That incident in Morthal was just a misunderstanding. You've already learned all I can teach you. Now, if you'll excuse me.
You can see me? But you can hear me, obviously. Something still isn't quite right. At least I'm making progress. Oh my, that's quite a difficult question. Never underestimate. They can turn the tide of a battle in a moment. There are also spells that help in avoiding conflict altogether. Invisibility is tricky to master, but exceptionally useful. I shall explain to you the mysteries of the Outer Realms.
At this time, there is no indication that either group is aware of the other's correspondence. The College of Winterhold has thus far declined requests for direct meetings. This has been at the specific request of Archmage Arin. Arin believed that although the initial communications were innocent enough, they were sent with a particular motive in mind. The Synod's harsh rules and draconian structure are maintained only by suppressing any opposition to their council's policies. It is entirely possible that they look to our college here in Winterhold in order to find supporters for their organization. Likewise, the College of Whispers has long been driven by its desire to directly oppose the Synod. They focus on research banned by the Synod, such as conjuration and necromancy. The College of Whispers hopes to learn that our college also supports these avenues of research. Thus, they may claim that the Synod is indeed a political minority in the Empire, and should be treated as such. Our actual position and policies are irrelevant. No matter the facts of the response, it will certainly be twisted to suit the whims of either group. Indeed, it has been jokingly suggested that we send the exact same response to both, which each will warp into support for their side. At present, these two groups do little beyond attempting to gain the attention and favor of the Emperor. They appear to have little interest in real study and research for the sake of gaining knowledge. Archmage Arin believes that their conflict poses a significant threat to the autonomy of our college, and I concur. Falling in with either would threaten to draw much unwanted attention to our college. If either group goes through less official channels and attempt to contact you directly, please refer them to the college's Master Wizard. Say as little as possible so as to avoid compromising our neutral position.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are...
You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance?
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for
You
improvement.
know, they say knowledge is its
Please
own
don't
reward.
bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary. There are no expectations. Hopefully any discoveries made in your pursuits will be shared with the members of the college. Well, that depends on what... Feralda can teach distractions. Finis is one of the best conjurers in all of... Don't let Tolfdir fool you. He's the preeminent scholar on alteration. If you can find him and focus his attention, there's a great deal Drevis can teach you about. And finally, there's Colette. She may be difficult to get along with. She's very knowledgeable when it comes to restoration magic.
I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them.
If you ever need something, especially something hard to come by, let me know. Shh. All right, let's not overdo it. Meet me in my quarters.
Are you quite sure we need to be speaking? I'm disappointed to say I've learned little during my time here. I had hoped your scholars would be on a level comparable with my own colleagues. They are not.
What you learn here, it's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted. Personally, no, not I. One of their number used to advise the Archmage when I was but an apprentice here. But that was a great many years ago, before all the members of the Order were called back to the Isle of Artaeum, and it disappeared entirely. Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated. I have enough to deal with right now. I see. I trust that Tolfdir will provide a more specific explanation. Thank you for bringing this to my... Tolfdir normally looks after your little group. Since he's apparently occupied, and I will need to see this discovery for myself, I think perhaps you should begin researching the subject. Speak with Ura, and good work. The next time you find yourself exploring Nordic ruins, perhaps this will be helpful. Until next time.
I think the college is due for a change in... If you're working on any experiment... Don't trust that one.
Most here are up to something, of course, but in his case, I haven't figured it out yet, but I will. He is rather handsome, though, isn't he?
All right, then.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear? Of course I do. If I didn't, most of these mages need to be reminded to be careful around research material. A mage is only as good as what he knows. I try to make... We've been keeping this collection since the Second Era. Books have come and gone during that time, but it's mostly intact. I have a few things laying around that weren't worth adding to the collection. You may look through them. I know what you want. Word travels fast around here. Discovered some big mystery, huh? Well, you don't even need to ask. No, I don't have anything for you. Not anymore, anyway. I said not anymore. Orthorn stole a number of books when he ran off to Felglow Keep to join those summoners. Some kind of peace offering. I think one of those volumes may have had some relevant information. If you want them, you'll have to talk to Orthorn. Not enough to bother with. Archmage Aaron's approach to the... Although now it looks like you'll be doing the sorting. He was an apprentice. When they left, he took off after them. Stole supplies and books from the college. Let's just call it a difference of opinion with the college. They were interested in research that goes outside the bounds of what the college allows, so they were persuaded to leave. Until next time.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
You there. I have questions for you. You were in Sarthal, yes? It has come to my attention that something was found there. I know full well that you have. Please do not insult my... Tolfdir is still there now, is he? I shall expect a full report when he returns. It is my job. My role as advisor to the Archmage is aided by... Thank you for your help. You may go now. I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them. Are you quite sure we need to be speaking?